one who will wake me up in the morning. Hey, prepare breakfast. Mom, we are hungry. In the evening, there's noise all over. They are fighting here and there. Reports, cases, you have to solve them. But when I'm far away, it feels good because I believe I need to sober up. I need to be sane so that I can be able to accommodate them when I'm back.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Love Corner Show. I'm your host Janet Kaluki. In case you're new here for the first time, welcome to the Love Corner Show. Here we talk about issues regarding love, that is romantic relationship, friendship, marriage, parenthood, and everything in life. And guys, today I have with me a very lovely lady who will be telling us her journey as a mom. Yes. And before I introduce her, guys, I want to plug you on a company that can help you kill two birds with one stone. Yes. It's called Pico Point Limited. They are located at Ruby Plaza, second floor. Ruby Plaza is next to the Malindi Law Courts. Guys, they can help you do your due diligence. That is ascertaining your measurement on the title deed, whether it matches the one on the ground, and do searches for you, and also check the boundaries for you. And that is definitely on affordable prices. Yes. Guys, they offer other services which include land subdivision, transfer of new titles, and also registration of new titles. Guys, I'm going to leave the details in the description box. Make sure you go and check them out. And without further ado, allow me to introduce my beautiful guest today. And let's dive into it. So, hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. My name is Ekiru Nibeo Mary, a mom of 3 boys and a teacher by profession. Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Yes. It's good to have you here. Okay, so how does it feel to be a mom?
I would say it's kind of a mixed reaction. One, it really feels good when you're a mom, when you come from work and you get home, people come running, hey, mom, how have you been? It feels good. And like when you don't have children, you just get home so bored, you don't feel like doing anything. You just want maybe to cook or even rather eat fruits and sleep. So motherhood is a beautiful journey. And I think I really, really enjoy being a mother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing to hear. I would like to know, when you were like a first-time mom, what did you struggle with?
Let me start by saying I became a first mom when I was 20. And I would say I wasn't financially stable. That is the most, I would say, the only thing that made the journey not easy. Because one, you're depending on parents fully. Two, maybe the man responsible maybe is not in a position even to afford for you and the baby. So I would say finances really gave me a hard time. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And how was your community?
I would say, okay, let me talk about my mom, because my mom is a cheerleader in a church. So you can imagine you're going home pregnant. When I went home, I was 7 months pregnant. I had to hide. I never wanted to say anything because I felt like I have disappointed everyone. So when I got home, of course, many people maybe had heard, some had seen me in streets, maybe in Nairobi, and they were like, have you seen Mary? Mary is pregnant. So when I got home, it was not that news, but mom never wanted me to get out of the house, out of the compound. She was like, if you leave the house, you'll kind of embarrass me. So just stay at home until you give birth, and then maybe the world later will get to know that you have a kid. But she was not comfortable with that. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now after giving birth, how was it? Was she helpful in terms of, like you're a new mom, it's something that you're learning, that you have no idea. How was that?
I would say my mom was very, very supportive. I have an aunt at home who was also very, very supportive. I never struggled since day one up to the 2nd month, because I was at home for 2 months. Then I had to go back to school because I was in the university. So I would say, there this time you were expecting a baby, or you have a baby whom you don't even know how to handle, what to do. When the baby cries, what is it that you're supposed to do at the first time? So when you have a kid, it becomes so tricky, because you don't know sometimes, why are they crying? Is the pamper full? Is the baby hungry? Is he sick? But I loved the fact that my mom and my aunties and my siblings who were at home were really so supportive. Sometimes they could allow me to go to bed early so that they can stay with the baby. My firstborn baby was a cry baby. He was a cry baby. There are times he used to cry from around 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. So you can imagine you have to be awake at that particular time. There is pain, you know. It's tiresome. It's tiring. So I would just tell my mom, I'm tired. Have the baby now. And she'll be like, it's okay. I'll just take care of the baby. So she'll go with the baby to her room, soothe the kid until he's asleep. And then he brings the baby back to me. So the time I was at home, I would say they supported me. And I'm so
a very strong community who was there for you.
Kabisa,
You didn't feel like you were alone.
Not at all.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's beautiful to hear.
Yeah.
So, and how has being a mother changed your outlook on life? Has it changed you as a person?
Okay, I wouldn't really say it has changed me as a person, but there are things that needs to change when you become a mom. There are routines that you need to change. Maybe there are things you used to do at this particular time, but when kids come into your life, then everything comes to a standstill until maybe you navigate your ways again, and then you're like, sasa nimefikisha kids at this point. Now I'm free. I can do my stuff. But trust you me, when kids come to your life, everything changes. Everything changes. Everything changes. Yes.
That's amazing to hear.
Yeah.
So as a young mom at 20, do you have like any advice for, would you advise someone out there to become moms early?
Okay. One, I would say it's a good thing. And two, I would say it's not a good thing. Because one, I didn't plan for this kid. You know, when maybe you give birth early and you have planned for the kid, you won't have lots of issues, lots of problems. But when the kid just comes, of course, you would say it was accidental, it was a mistake, then inakujana a lot of responsibilities, a lot of guilt, you know, unplanned things. Kuna venye tu zinaenda venye they're not supposed to go. So I would advise young moms out there. Okay, fine. I would say one, you're always young, you look young, you look pretty. When you tell someone, oh, I have kids, they're like, you're lying, you don't have kids, you're lying. No one will accept you have kids, because the more you grow, I mean, when you're young and you start growing with your children, when you give birth young, you remain young forever. Even when you're at 50, someone cannot tell you're at 50 because you gave birth early. I would say that is the only maybe advantage. And then if you have a stable job, you'll get to raise your kids well, take them to good schools. And by the time you are at your 50s, you're done with taking kids to school. So you start now working on yourself and building yourself. I would say the only disadvantage, when you are not stable, it comes with a lot of luggage, because those kids will look up to you. They will depend on you literally fully. So when you don't have, they don't know. They just know, you have to sort my problems, or whatever I lack, you need to provide. So I would say try as much as you can. When you want to have a kid, plan for the kid, because you will not say that they came accidentally. No, you need to plan for the baby. When you plan for the baby, raising the kid becomes so easy.
No, so you have to be ready.
You have to be ready.
Mentally and financially. Financially especially.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So let me move to the next question. What are some of the morals that you want to instill in your kids? Might be things that you saw in your family growing up or in your community.
I would say unity and love, because I believe that is something that has kept us together. And as I was telling you earlier, I have siblings whom I call friends. Wow. When anything happens, they're the first people I would reach out to. And it's not that we didn't argue, we didn't fight when we were growing up, but I believe my parents raised us well, very well, because we fight sometimes up to around 1 a.m. Hey, we argue, but at the end of the day, we solve our problems, and we still remind ourselves that, hey, we still love each other, we got each other, because out there, it's not easy. It's us against us. So I would love to see my kids being united and loving each other. When you're there for your siblings, sacrificing for your siblings, that is something that I've seen, I have experienced, both in my family and with my children. So I would want, when they grow up, I would wish them to be one, united, and two, love each other.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Wow, that's so impressive to hear.
Yeah.
So yeah, wow. I would like to know, as a mom, you know, like mom, it's a very hard job.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's a job, by the way, but it requires a lot of your time, a lot of your energy. So how do you balance? How do you find time to just be yourself? Just be very, not being mom and being asked for help here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you manage to do things
I would
that
say
you love? Yeah.
some of my friends who know me, they usually are like, hey, watoto wako wapi? Now that it's like you're not in Malindi, you're not with the kids, where are you? I told myself one thing, these kids will grow and they will live. I need to have my life. As much as they are in my life, I have time for them and time for the things that I like doing. Now, after work, I would say there's a way I've planned my schedule. After work, every day apart from Wednesdays, I go to the gym from around 6 to around 7:30 or 8. Now, I leave school at around 4:30. So I have like 2 hours or an hour and a half to bond with them, ensure that they've done school assignments, talk to them, maybe ask them about the challenges they faced through the day. When I'm done, I hit the gym from 8. So my schedule on Monday to Fridays, they're that fixed. And then on Saturdays, that is when I spend time with them. And sometimes they decide to take me to the gym. So we go to the gym from around 10 to 12. They also work out. They go for the taekwondo. So that is once in a while. Sometimes when they're like, oh, mommy, we need to go with you, they will join me. Then the whole afternoon, I'll be with them at home. Then on Sundays, we go to church. In the afternoon, we will have some bonding session either at home, or we can choose to take a walk to the beach, or just find somewhere we can go and have a good time. During the holidays, I would say I usually divide my holidays into two. Because if I'm going for a holiday from work, 3 weeks, I will take maybe a week away from this town, away from home completely. I'll just leave them home with my helper and my sister, because I have very, very supportive sisters. When you ask them, hey, I need someone here, I need to be away, kidogo, they'll be like, hey, I am coming. So they've always stood by me, and that is one thing that I really appreciate. So I would leave. I'll either go home to see my mom or go to Nairobi to my sisters, and then I'll just have a good time, because I know there's no one who will wake me up in the morning, hey, prepare breakfast, mom, we are hungry. In the evening, there's noise all over, they are fighting here and there, reports, cases, you have to solve them. But when I'm far away, it feels good, because I believe I need to sober up, I need to be sane, so that I can be able to accommodate them when I'm back. So I will choose to go maybe a week and a half or a week, and then I come back. I spend the remaining part of the holiday with them. Of course, raising kids is not easy, and especially, okay, I have 3, so you can imagine, and they're all boys. It's not easy. They break stuff in the house, they throw the ball everywhere, they kick, everything is just messy every time. And you have to talk. If you don't talk, they're not calm kids, they're full of energy. So sometimes I choose, I said, people think maybe you're not a responsible parent, but I know what I do and I believe in myself. So I usually say, I don't care what the world will say, so long as I know I'm giving my kids the best. And I usually say, it's not that I'm not guilty. When I'm out of home, I usually feel like, where am I even being fair to these kids? Should I go back, kidogo? You feel guilty. But they say, go guilty, run guilty, have fun guilty, then come back later, because the guilt as a mom will never go away. Umekaa mahali, you've overstayed, you're like, where I'm supposed to be home, but still they will never run away from you. There's nothing that is missing from you into their lives. So you will just catch up with them. But it's good to always try to be a sober person and a sane person for you to be able to raise sober kids.
Okay. Yeah. So like finding time to recharge.
Yeah.
Once in a while. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One last question. Since this is love related, since like you became a mom very early, was it hard for you to like find love?
Okay, love exactly from parents?
No, from the other.
The partners?
A man.
Okay, maybe I would say when I gave birth to my first, in fact, I would say the father then was like, I'm too young to be a dad. How am I even going to do this? Because he was 21, I'm 20. And at some point he left. And then when I gave birth, I think now it hit him and he was like, he came back to our lives. So I would say it's not been an easy journey, but it's been good the time that he was there, because currently he's not there. So we raised our first kid. I was in first year, he was in third year. I gave birth to my second baby when I was in fourth year. So I graduated with our child when he was 2 months. We were still together. He was a caring man, very loving. I really enjoyed the time we had together. But things fell apart and we had to part ways. Yeah. And then now our third baby, I got our third baby when I was employed. So life was, it was becoming easier and easier as kids were growing up. Yes. So I would say I experienced love and I enjoyed love. And when he left, I still feel that I'm loved, because people out there utakosa mtu kukupenda, so you're just on your running your errands and someone is running into you. Hey, beautiful. Hi, you're so cute. Hey, I would want to have a talk with you. Can I have your number? It happens here and there. But of course, you have to make sober decisions, because you're raising men here, and maybe sometimes you don't want to make more mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that, and thank you for coming to the show.
I appreciate it.
I really enjoyed having you here.
Sure.
Yeah. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video till the end, and that's it for this episode. And I'm going to ask you guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Please consider subscribing and like this video, share with your friends, and see you on the next one. Bye.